If you like our videos, consider checking out our Patreon.
Everybody got our bird here. It's Tuesday again, so that means...
Your storage place.
Talk. That's jive talk for marijuana.
Nudity on slick paper.
That means you're in pain you're trying to hide.
Yeah, but whatever. It's some Final Destination shit happened to me the other day.
Some final destination.
I guess since you brought it up...
It wasn't a final destination, it was a halfway
dude, could you imagine if I was like, you know, kneeling down?
Yeah,
but anyway, I guess since you brought it up, I'm at work, right? And I work in a fucking restaurant, right? So I'm in the back of the prep kitchen, restaurant's closed down, trying to put everything back together, and a fucking, like, 4-foot long, heavy-ass plastic cutting board was washed and leaning up on the table against this wall to dry. So I'm on the other side of the prep kitchen doing something else when this fucking cutting board just decides it's going to fly across the fucking prep kitchen and hit me right in the side of my fucking knee. Yeah.
Oh, you're lucky you weren't...
Yeah, dude, for real, if it hit me like in the back of the fucking head, dude, it probably would have fucking, knocked me out severely or fucking killed me.
Yeah.
But anyway...
No more show, because I don't know how to edit. It would just be straight through.
It just would have ended.
It just would have ended, yeah. Well,
it just would have what was it,
Well, I guess
last Blood Games would have been the last one. But anyway, let's just spin that fucking wheel.
Lancelot Link. I'm voting for you. I fucking shit if it was Lancelot Link. Beep.
Small dinner strategy. I don't know what that is.
Hot dogs and beans. There you go.
Small dinner. Whoops. I did not want to hit that again. But small dinner strategy. So I guess we will be back after small dinner strategy. So yeah, we'll be back.
That's an X. Not a Y.
All right. So we are back from watching the small dinner strategy, and it is not what I fucking expected. Well, I didn't know what to expect, but it was not this Christian fucking evangelical fucking scam that we found out this fucking was.
Yeah, like all religion, giant scam.
No, dude. I don't even want to get into other religions and that stuff. We gotta talk about how this is a fucking scam.
We're not gonna get into it.
And how...
in a nutshell.
No, dude, this is completely different.
This is different.
This is completely different. This is... Okay, here's what it is. Invite your friends over to dinner and introduce them to, like, these ministry staff people.
For pork roast and plum cake.
And then we get Kevin and Christine here, right? And they're talking about fucking, you know, being whatever. They talk about, like, the goddamn ministry and all that fucking shit.
I was looking forward to spending time with the missionaries one-on-one in my house. And for me personally, just getting to know them better.
Of course, they get in, all the fantastic work that God's doing. He's doing so much good work. What's he doing?
And then we get, like, more people saying more bullshit.
I think everyone that we've invited thoroughly enjoyed meeting the staff couple and just getting exposed to the myriad ministries that are going on within the umbrella organization that the staff couple works for. So I think the people were probably enriched just in finding out what's happening out there.
I don't care what you say if you're religious. You know, people are always like, religious freedom. Fuck you. You have enough freedom. You have freedom from taxes. You got freedom from everything, motherfucker.
That is still not why we're here.
Jets.
What we're here to talk about is this. Because now we get to learn about getting support. Money from these friends you're inviting over.
Most people involved in full-time Christian service report that one of the most challenging aspects of their work is raising support for their living expenses.
In our past 13 years of raising support, we've really struggled.
Support raising is not my favorite thing to do. At times it's hard for me to even get motivated to do it.
Bob really does dislike raising support.
I have found something that I can really enjoy doing.
The dinner strategy is different.
This was the most enjoyable, comfortable, easy, meaningful strategy I've ever used.
Scam your friends with your religion.
And here is the plan, or the small dinner strategy, I should say.
Right. Have some plum pudding.
One of the best ways you can help someone serving Christ in full-time ministry is to invite a few of your Christian friends to come over for dinner to meet them. In the next few minutes, you'll see how you can host a small dinner and invite your friends, knowing they will not be pressured in any way to contribute. No hands raised, no pledge cards handed out. Rather, the ministry staff would just like the liberty to phone your friends several days after the dinner to see if God lays it on their hearts to also be a part of their financial support team.
And then we get to meet Dr. Bill Bright.
I like plum.
He is the dude that started this fucking evangelical campus Christian, blah, whatever the fuck. I looked it up. He's the one who
started this pyramid scheme.
He's written, he over his life, he wrote over like 100 books and pamphlets and all this fucking bullshit.
Professional writers can't even write 100 books. And you know why? Probably because they had normal jobs at one point. They had to actually earn money. These cunts just get to sit at home and collect checks from old ladies who are scared to death of death.
But anyway,
fuckers.
Let's hear some shit from Bill Bright.
I cannot think of anything more encouraging to our staff members than for you to host a dinner in your home. Your friends will enjoy hearing the exciting things God is doing through the faithful service of our staff. And opening your home for your friends to meet our staff is just another way you can be a part of helping to fulfill our Lord's Great Commission.
Give all your money, your Social Security, and everything, because God, fuck you.
But anyway, this dinner you're going to have, and you keep getting into the other religious stuff, which you were the ones that we
I know, but I
we gotta talk about fucking this, because this is separate from that.
Alright, still evil.
So, but whatever. The one thing about the dinner is, it's not high pressure.
Your dinner is not a setup for a heavy-handed sales pitch.
One of the things I was concerned about is that it was going to be this high-pressured sales tactic. You sort of get that feeling when like a salesman comes to your door or they're in your house, and it wasn't that way at all. It was a very low-risk, non-threatening, fun environment, and that's what I liked about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and make sure you invite your close Christian friends.
Right, don't just invite your friends, not the one you watch football with. Invite the dumbass who wears sweaters in 80-degree weather.
Your role as a small dinner host is to invite your close Christian friends. Both you and your guests will be most comfortable when you know each other well. This intimate atmosphere is also most helpful to the staff member who will be sharing their work with your friends.
Just don't make a big deal out of it. It's just like having family into your home is really the way I tried to look at it. And tried to take the focus on what were we going to eat and how was my house going to look. I tried to take the focus off of that and on to what could the Lord do with these people together in our house.
And never, ever, ever assume your friends are tapped out, i.e. broke.
Please don't make a decision on behalf of your friends that they are unable to give to an additional ministry at this time. Simply ask your friends to come and let them decide how God is leading them to respond.
Everybody seems tapped out, that there's nobody with a lot of excess cash sitting around wanting to give, and as a host, you might feel a little uncomfortable asking somebody else to give, especially when there are so many other needs and all those things. Well, go ahead and invite them. Let them in on the opportunity and the privilege of hearing about this ministry, and let God do His work.
Don't ever assume.
That's kind of fucked up. It's like, yeah, they might be broke, they might not, but invite them anyway, and we'll, we'll fleece them too.
Right. Well, we'll take whatever.
Okay, and now we're moving on, and we're getting like some more steps for when the dinner's actually happening. When your friends come in, please introduce all of them to the ministry staff.
At your dinner, we ask you to do a couple of things. First, as your friends arrive, please introduce them to the staff couple, giving a little of your friend's background, such as their children's ages, their type of work, or their special interests. Before and during the dinner will be time for you to enjoy fellowship with each other.
And that's the first step to the con, you know?
Yeah.
Talk to them about how wonderful these people are and what great work they're doing. And I'm like, conning, they're great salespeople. They'd be great at a fucking car dealership. They could sell people lemons all day, because obviously they, and that's the great thing about the religion thing, is because the whole God is the car. God is the statue. God is the gold. He's the jewelry. He's the whatever. He's the salesman.
No, technically, wouldn't God be the insurance? Because you never see it until they want your money.
That's
and
right.
then whenever something happens and you try to get some of that money back or whatever, they're like, nah.
Yeah, we don't have to predict.
God don't do that.
Yeah, God doesn't act that way. God works in mysterious ways. That means bullshit to me.
Anyway, the dinner itself really doesn't matter besides the ministry staff getting a free dinner out of the fucking deal. Because it cuts to after the dinner where they're saying, okay, now you introduce the staff again.
Following dinner, you can invite everyone into the living room or den where we ask you to make another introduction of the staff, explaining to your friends why you believe in them and their ministry.
As you know, we invited you to hear about the work Paul and Leah are doing together. We've been supporting them now for about 4 years.
Keep pounding it in their heads like you do your children.
And then the staff will do like a 20 or 30 minute long presentation sales pitch.
The staff member will then give a 20 to 30 minute overview of their ministry.
For over 10 years now, Leah and I have been in full-time ministry, and we never get tired of sharing about what God is doing in the lives of people.
Everywhere I look, I see people who are lost without the love and message of Jesus Christ.
And that's just another example of how God is using this ministry to bring people to himself. And Leah and I are just thrilled to be a part of it.
Yeah, don't force it on them, but force it on them.
And then what's great is, how you want to know how it's not high pressure or anything? Because they're not going to pressure you then. They're going to get your numbers from your friends that invited you over for dinner, and they're going to call you a few days later.
The ministry, not your friends.
We'd like to ask you to consider joining us as a partner in ministry. I want to make it clear that we're not going to ask anybody to make a decision tonight, but I would like the opportunity to call you in a couple of days and see if the Lord has led you to be a part of our financial team in the same manner that Dick and Trudy have decided to come alongside us.
Once again, there will be no pressure to make a decision that night. No hands raised, no commitments collected.
Dude, that's fucked.
That is fucked.
I mean, this whole thing is fucked. It is one of the most fucked up, blatant fucking bullshit scams I've ever seen from any religious anything.
Remember in South Park when they went to the Aspen and they were trying to get sold that timeshare thing, and their guys were like, "Well, if you don't want to do it, we did have a dinner for you and everything." I can imagine them doing that to these people, like, "Well, if you don't want to join up with the ministry, we did have a dinner and everything."
But anyway,
we're your friends,
Here's some of the call.
We really enjoyed getting to know you and Margie the other night.
The staff member will be calling your friends several days later to learn if they may be led to support their work.
That's great. I know that's got to be a load off your mind after last week. I was wondering if you and Margie have had an opportunity to decide about joining our financial support team.
Yes, we have, Paul.
That's fantastic. That will be such a help to our ministry. Thanks for coming alongside of us.
All right, and then we meet this dude who talks about he's enjoyed it so much he's had 2 dinners fleecing his friends with his ministry.
My wife and I have actually had 2 dinners, if you will. The first time we scheduled a lunch right after church one Sunday, and it was just such an enriching experience that we were really just encouraged, felt very strongly about hosting another one several months later.
And eventually they'd be like, "Hey, Tom called. He wants us to come over for dinner." Like, fuck that motherfucker. I told him my gas bill's due. And that cunt has that ministry calling me.
But hey, dude, don't assume that your friends are tapped out.
Right. Don't assume that they're
Even
poor.
though they tell you they're poor and they can't pay their gas bill, invite them over anyway, because God might put it in their hearts to fucking, to squeeze that fucking nickel a little tighter and a couple more drops might come out of it.
It's just like now, I think everybody, the media and everybody around knows that the goddamn everything's fucked and everybody's fucked and fucking tapped out. But they keep fucking holding it up by saying the economy's good for some.
Yeah.
They won't say, they're just like, they have to now say that. They can't just say the economy's good because other people are going, "Yeah, it must be good. My shit's empty." Like every day. I live paycheck to paycheck. Fuck you, it's good. For who?
But anyway, one more time, they have to remind us it's not high pressure.
You're going to be asked to support something here. And of course, that's always in the back of my mind, can I, will I, how much?
How about you, Pete? What do you like about insurance?
Well, probably making deals. My primary response.
The couple really made us, I felt very comfortable. They really didn't high pressure us at all. It was just a neat way of them sharing what's happening. And the way they shared gave you a desire to want to, support them. And that's what my feelings were at the end of this session. So it was really good for me.
And then they thank us for wanting to host a fucking dinner and whatnot.
Thank you so much for prayerfully considering hosting a small dinner. It is such a simple and successful way to make sure staff have the support they need to accomplish the ministry to which they have been called.
And then Bill Bright comes on and he fucking thanks us, blah, blah, fucking blah.
I know our staff gave this video to you because they know you are committed to helping reach the world for Christ. Will you now encourage them by opening your home for a dinner gathering with your friends? Thank you so very, very much for helping them in this very meaningful, encouraging way. And God bless you.
Yes, thank you for donating all your money because Jesus needs it for a new Ferrari.
And then we get a final wrap up with real people saying testimonials.
We just had a great time just with friends, relaxing and having dinner.
The Lord raised several $100s a month new support.
That is, it's a relaxed setting.
Low pressure.
We found ourselves finding that we had made friends that night instead of just simply trying to raise funds.
And it was fun. It really works. Works for me.
I was duped, and I was happy to be duped.
Well, I didn't have to pay anything but for the dinner because my friends had to pay.
Yeah, I was like, now my friends won't speak to me. Thank you, Ministry of
But
God.
I don't need those friends because
I have Jesus.
They didn't feel the touch of God in their loins.
Yeah,
I mean wallet.
The best friend in the world, and it's Jesus. Sure, he doesn't text or call or write or anything.
Hey, dude.
But hey,
Jesus is my friend.
Jesus is my friend.
I have a friend in Jesus. I would play that, but that every time we play that, it gets fucking
flagged or whatever.
Demonetized or not demonetized. They take our monies. They take our 2 cents.
Everybody, and so far, like everybody takes our money. So there's like, and I don't even care anymore. Just take it all, whatever.
I almost want to just stop monetizing our videos because it just pisses me off more than anything else.
What's the point? They fucking take it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you wanted that money? No, you didn't get that money. Because this company or this person that's in a basement somewhere decided to put a claim on something that's obviously not his, and YouTube doesn't research dick.
Yeah, well, they don't want involved at all.
They don't care. They don't want nothing.
Because all they're worried about is like big companies and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, on that note, that was the small dinner strategy.
Yeah, so invite your friends over and tell them all about Satan.
Yeah.
And introduce them to the Dark Lord.
Actually, you know what? You can invite us over for dinner.
Yes, invite us
We'll
over
do
for
a 30-minute long presentation on Satan.
Bring your friends. We'll talk about Satan.
And then we'll call them like 20 minutes or 2-3 days later and fucking, be like, hey, give us money for Satan.
Yeah, can you give us money? Because, like, Satan really needs that new jet, dude.
Yeah, he fucking does, dude.
He does. He needs that fucking
God makes way
shit.
more money than fucking Satan does. I guarantee goddamn to you.
He does, and it's not fair. The balance is completely twisted and upside down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're both lords and they need fucking praising. And money. All your money.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to get the same out of both anyway. You're going to see the Dark Lord as much as you're going to see Jabez.
Yeah, you're not.
You're not going to see either one.
On that
They
note,
don't exist.
For Gutter Bird.
I'm sorry.
We'll see you next week.
You're not going to come back at the Caterpillar. You're not going into the Pearly Gates. You're not going to have a castle. You're not going to get to bang the Haughty Angels. Just not.
Nothing.
So
you just
do
won't
yourself
exist.
a favor and live it up now, you stupid fucks.
Pretty much.
Fuck everything, suck everything, blow everything, smoke
Well, that's
everything.
what you want to do, suck everything and blow everything.
Well, that's just what I do on the weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just saying, have fun. The fuck you waiting for? You're like, when I get to the kingdom of meh.
Yeah.
And then nothing. Yeah. Just ask yourself something that everybody's already been asked. Do you remember anything before you were born? Nah. Guess what? Yeah.
Anyway, let's just end this. I'm good.
Jesus is my friend. Put it in.
I got a friend of needs. Fuck though. Fuck no. I have to deal with our cover of it. Jesus is my friend.
I got it for Jesus. Oh, it's terrible.
You felt very uplifted because of this couple and seeing a young couple who are really willing to share or just want to share and have a joy in sharing Christ. And it inspired me and really felt like this is a couple that I am not doing that type of ministry, but I would love to support that type of ministry.